February 17th, 1370. Across the vast plains of Central Asia, where cities were islands in a sea of grass, power belonged to those who could command movement. Armies here did not rely on fortresses. They relied on speed. On this day, a Turco-Mongol warlord named Timur completed his rise to supremacy in Transoxiana, the region between the great rivers of Central Asia. He did not inherit a throne. He fought for it, a land without walls. Central Asia in the 14th century was a fractured landscape of rival khanates, tribal confederations, and weakened successors of the Mongol Empire. Cities like Samarkand were wealthy but vulnerable. Control depended on dominating the open terrain between them. Whoever commanded the steppe commanded the trade routes linking China, Persia, India, and the Middle East. Timur understood this better than any rival. The army of movement. Timur's forces were built for mobility. His warriors were mounted from childhood. Each soldier often brought multiple horses, allowing units to travel enormous distances without exhaustion. His army included horse archers capable of firing accurately at full speed, heavily armored cavalry for decisive charges, engineers and siege specialists taken from conquered lands. Discipline distinguished them from typical tribal forces. Orders were precise. Punishment for disobedience was severe. The strategy. Rather than seeking immediate decisive battle, Timur weakened enemies through maneuver. He cut supply lines. He forced opponents to march across barren land. He used feigned retreats to lure armies into traps. Signal flags and drums coordinated movements across miles of open ground, an essential advantage in steppe warfare, where confusion often decided outcomes. The clash for control. By February 1370, Timur faced the final resistance to his authority in the region. Opposing forces attempted to unite against him, fearing his growing dominance. The confrontation unfolded across open plains near the Zarafshan Valley. Timur avoided a frontal assault. Instead, he stretched enemy lines with harassment attacks. Mounted archers struck supply caravans and scouting parties. When the opposing army attempted to regroup, Timur launched a concentrated strike at its center. Heavy cavalry broke through. Flanking units encircled retreat routes. Once cohesion collapsed, the battle turned into pursuit, the most lethal phase of steppe warfare. Few organized forces survived. The birth of an empire. By the end of the campaign, Timur stood uncontested in Transoxiana. He established Samarkand as his capital, transforming it into a center of power, art, and architecture. From this base, he would launch campaigns that reshaped Eurasia, into Persia across the Caucasus, into India against the Ottoman Empire. Entire cities would fall before him. Yet his empire began not with a coronation, but with mastery of movement on the battlefield. Why this battle matters. Timur's victory demonstrated that even centuries after the Mongol conquests, steppe warfare remained capable of reshaping the world. It showed that mobility, coordination, and psychological warfare could defeat larger but less disciplined forces. His campaigns would disrupt trade routes, topple dynasties, and alter the balance of power from Moscow to Delhi. But in February 1370, it was simply a struggle for control of one region, decided on open ground under a winter sky. February 17th, 1370. No walls to storm. No throne to inherit. Only a battlefield where speed determined destiny. Tomorrow, another date. Another moment from the ancient world.